Alright. Something's stabilized a little bit. We will deal with the chat issues later. Looks like the stream is looking good. Is it looking good? Hmm? No. Yeah, we're looking fine. We're looking. Go to live, yes. We're looking okay. Well, it's there in the chat. You can see it if you're in the chat. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a while. It's been a little while since the last broadcast. You can see my mouth and nose, baby. Holy moly! New month, new mask. Mask was a gift from a friend who loves wrestling. He especially loves lucha libre. The OG wrestling circuit. That's why I have this cool lucha libre mask. He donated to the stream. What have you donated to the stream? Probably nothing. Alright? You're useless. You're pointless. Why are you... I'm kidding. Of course, watching the stream is the best support you can give. That's great. Watching this scuffed ass screen? Nah. Oh. Might be a little bit of lag there. Might be a little bit of buffering sometimes. But things are looking much more stable than they were before. This is a little loud, isn't it? Maybe not. Maybe this is a little not loud enough. There we go. Man, it is frustrating to stream like this, but you know what, fuck it. We'll press on. We press onward. It'll come back. So, connection is a little spotty nowadays, but I don't care. YouTube will smooth it out. It's not that bad. It is really just a handful now and then of frames dropped. That doesn't even interrupt broadcast really, but you might have some mini Fs here and there. Honestly, the internet overall, networks overall, not doing good. Dude, every ISP is racing to have like actually everybody go on wireless, and it's kind of stupid. Like, they want everybody on 5G. Like, the reason this internet is so scuffed is because it's not actually like lines, it's fucking a router that bounces to a tower, which is like, it's just not consistent, man. Which is why it's not consistent. We're not getting consistent streaming here. But it is cheaper. Might have a little bit of drop frames there. Ugh, it's just so bad, dude. It looks like YouTube doesn't even really care though at this level. It looks fine. Yeah. OBS is freaking out, but it's actually fine. Okay, regardless. We switched up the internet over here. We're adjusting things on our end. The HD of this broadcast is now a little lower than it was before. Yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal. And, you know, so we're just, we're doing it. We're having a good time. Personal news, I am back from a little bit of break, I guess, from this. Not really a break, broadly speaking. I just wanted to see some friends after the New Year's. Friends down south of the ways from here, not too far away. It's about a 90-minute drive down there. I took it, saw him, had a fun time, finished Chainsaw Man with him, dragged him through the end. They enjoyed it. My friend's wife particularly enjoyed the Denji and Power because, of course, everybody loves Denji and Power, dude. That is just a great, yeah, Denji and Power, they're just a good pair. It's just good. What else is there to say? Any other news with me? No, not really. Yeah, I don't think so. I do not think there's any more news, but there is news in the Chainsaw Man world. Oh, baby. The meme of the week amongst anime fans has been 1735. This is the week 1 Blu-ray sales of Chainsaw Man. Now that's not as big a deal nowadays. It's mostly just kind of funny. Funny meme. Lamau. But it is not very good. Let me put it that way. It's not a good Blu-ray sales by any means. And it's certainly not a number of to disregard. But yeah, it's not that bad, honestly. I mean, I was looking at it, right? And the big, you know, force, the weird, the weird rivalry that has developed between Bocchi, The Rock, and Chainsaw Man. People are putting up against Bocchi sales, which are way higher. Yeah, Bocchi put up about 16K in sales. And, you know, Chainsaw Man did less than 2. I will say, I mean, first of all, cute girls do things. That just sells Blu-rays, right? Blu-ray buying motherfuckers love cute girls doing stuff, right? That's their go-to. And it also seems like the marketing strategy that Aniplex, right? Aniplex went with Bocchi the Rock is much more after the fact. A lot of after marketing push, right? For example, right, I think one of the big sells of the Bocchi Blu-ray is that even though it only comes with 2 episodes, the thing about Blu-ray boxes is like the people are like, Bocchi sold so much more, but they only had 2 episodes, and Chainsaw Man had 3 episodes, and they sold so much less. The episodes are worthless, right? In, you know, the Blu-ray box package. I wish I could see the packaging, but they both have sick packaging, I'm sure. Alright, in the collector's edition Blu-ray box, product, there's no like you know, the value of the episodes is like minimal nowadays. It used to be the primary sales point, right? The primary selling point of having a fucking having Blu-ray was because then you had the episodes and you could watch them, right? But nowadays, if you handed me a blank DVD, nothing special, just a DVD you burned, and it had the Chainsaw Man episodes on it, I would probably give it back to you. I don't. It's just I'm not gonna play a DVD. I don't have any reason to have this. You know, having a physical copy of the data of the show is not really that significant nowadays. You don't need it. I don't need this. I don't need this volume 1 of the Bocchi the Rock DVD to watch these 2 episodes of Bocchi. I don't need this to watch any amount of episodes of Bocchi. I don't need any DVDs to watch any amount of Bocchi at all. I can watch it all without any of this. So it really is a collector's item, a fan item. And in that regard, I guess fandom shows get a lot of boost, but also music shows are really good for secondary sales because they come with original soundtracks, which may have bonus songs. Yeah, 2-disc set with bonus CD. And some special features on the DVD, nothing great. A leaflet. Illustration, yeah, normal stuff. But Bocchi does get that music show boost as well as the cute girls doing things boost. The collectors love that shit. It shows like Chainsaw Man and Vinland Saga and Monster and stuff, and they're really done popped off for the collector's items per se. I will also say I think Mappa's choice to bundle the event tickets kind of weird. Because like, okay, for the Bocchi thing, yeah, it's, you know, it's like fucking $50 or something for these 2 episodes. But then you get the soundtrack, and you get the extra shit, you get the leaflet, and you get like a special program in there with you. I don't know, it's just like a better fan product. Mappa putting the tickets in there has like all this Bocchi stuff. It's just like good shit that if you're a Bocchi fan, you'd be happy to have. Whereas like the event ticket for Chainsaw Man, I mean, it's great if you want to go to that event and you're planning on going to that event, then yeah, you know, getting a little extra Blu-ray value, not a big deal. But you know, if you're not planning to go, then it kind of is like, what am I getting here? You know what I mean? What's the point of buying this product? There's like a cool box, I guess, and some illustrations. But like, man, even this, I mean, the teaser previews, the promotional videos are just reused, right? The special program though, what is that? Yeah, there's like a bunch of extra shit on these DVDs, man. Get the extra fucking original soundtrack. There's fucking podcast episodes and shit. There's like a extra special episode or something in there, which is probably not that good. Let's be honest. Those kind of special BD only programs are usually pretty fucking sleeper, but whatever. The point of these things is not really the content. It's just something for you as a fan to feel like you got something. You know what I mean? The whole point of this shit is just to fan out and have this thing. But the Chainsaw Man one just does not seem that good. Even from the perspective of me as a Chainsaw Man fan, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Oh, the full volumes look sick. The full volumes look sick. Oh, that comes out in April. That's actually interesting. The individual boxes do not seem that good. Holy crap, okay. We'll see if that one pops off. That's a way better... Did you though? I had no idea about this. Okay, dude. This always happens, dude. Did you know? We're getting one of these in April or so. I mean, I think people did know. See, this one looks more interesting. You get the whole series, you get a bunch of extra shit. You know what I mean? It comes in a cool box. Just this thing by itself. I don't know. It comes with a book and a ticket, right? That's it. And they don't have a bunch of much extra, like, I don't know, watching content. Like extra programs in there where like you would actually get some more content to watch as a fan of the series. So, you know, it is not a really good product overall. Like I was saying about the ticket, if you plan to go, it's great, and if you don't plan to go, then it kind of seems like you're paying a bunch of money for this ticket to a thing you're not gonna go to. Like, I'm not interested in buying it, because it doesn't seem, the Bolchi one seems like it's, you know, a little bit more, got more going on than just the episodes of the series. And Chainsaw Man one that doesn't really, seems just kind of like extra packaged of the episodes. They have like some, you know, they have no credit versions of the endings, which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. It's not that good. Again, it's not that interesting. So that happened. Honestly, it's all fine. It's a good meme. Nakamura getting cooked. Yeah, but sure, with the licensing and everything of the series, they're fine. Mob is doing fine, even without the Blu-ray sales. Alright, this is the same thing that happened to Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga was even worse. So, Vinland Saga was even worse. And had like 200 Blu-ray sales of the first week. So we'll see. But like I said, #1 Blu-ray sales in Japan is always like Love Live. So, you know, the primary consumer base for the Blu-ray type content, the Blu-ray type products, is not people like me, even though I'm obsessed with the show. I don't want this stupid fucking Blu-ray. I don't care. I don't care about the Blu-ray. Who cares? No. Is the even more obsessed people, dude. The even more obsessed people. Just Yeah, they just can't. They cannot help themselves. They need the cute girls. Man, dude. Whatever. We press on. We press on through the struggles. The scuffed bitrate of the stream will not stop me. Horizon, you cannot stop me. We'll press on. I will ignore it. I will pretend it does not there. Man, this jam was pretty good. Personal news. Got my piano tuned. Boom. About a month ago. Piano got tuned. Now it is playing beautiful. I can play all the upper registers and it sounds really good. As you can hear. I'm playing around more with the higher notes because they're actually in tune now. Whew. So much nicer. Speaking of so much nicer, let's get to our main topic for the night. Nice little 20-minute intro section. Okay, I lost it. Ah! OBS. OBS has some parts of it that are still scuffed. Can you get the screen? Oh, nice. Figured there had to be a way to do that. Okay. Tonight's main topic is part 1 versus part 2. We're back to a bi-weekly schedule here with Chainsaw Man. This is a good time for a little retrospective, and one of the topics in the Chainsaw Man fandom consistently has been whether part 2 is worse than part 1. I need to catch back up on Witch Watch. So much stuff. Shang-Chi X. People were talking about Shang-Chi X. Looks pretty bad to me, but we'll see. Rule of thumb is, you know. Most new, Jesus Christ. Most new Jump series are, not good. Rare for them to start so good. Alright, so what else am I pulling up here? I'm surprised I haven't. Interesting viz. I was pulling up the Chainsaw Man chapter. Take a look. Alright, you can see here. Bam. Part 2. We're all the way up to chapter 119. Oh, baby, what a chapter. Not even gonna talk about it a little bit. Go catch up to Chainsaw Man right the fuck. Leave this broadcast. Close this video. Don't watch to the end of the video. Never watch another video of mine again. Go read Chainsaw Man instead. Alright? Once you've done that, you can come back here. Talking about chapter 119. I'm not really important to the topic. We'll get around to it later. But that means we are now 21 chapters in to part 2. Chainsaw Man. So 21 chapters. 21 chapters into part 1, as someone noted on Twitter, is this chapter. They finished basically the first arc. So there's the power arc, which is a great one. And then the Eternity Devil arc. And this is the aftermath of the Eternity Devil arc. Oh my god. This guy. This kid. So, he has, in so many terms, really run it back bar for bar. I'm just going to go through the first page of these. Introduction. Chapter. Main character dies. Comes back to life. Same thing. Next arc is... Right, then we get the setup of the series. Denji going to Tokyo. And the first friend. This is Denji and Power. Denji hang out with Power. Right, we get the whole Power arc. The Power arc basically constitutes this volume from chapter 8 to 16. Those 8 chapters. For Yuko, I think it starts 101. Nope. Starts 100. Yep. 100. It's actually ended at 108. Kind of. And here's Chainsaw v Yuko chapter 8. So, 8 chapter 9 chapter stretch here of the first arc where Asa meets a friend. Denji makes his friend Power. Asa meets her friend Yuko. Obviously things go worse for Asa because she doesn't have a friend, the devil. Got an enemy devil. Boo, boo the enemy devil. We love the friend, the devil Pochita. Enemy devil Yoru. Honestly, I love Yoru. She's the best. Alright. So this is a little bit longer. So maybe a couple more chapters here of length in terms of pacing. Right? This chat is not working. Gonna get rid of it. A little bit more yeah, a couple more chapters there for that first section. It's a little bit slower, but if you consider that there's 2 chapters of just like Denji in there, which is what everyone wants, or what everyone is missing, what everyone is clamoring for. Where the fuck is Denji? Then you know, the if you consider that, you have those, you know, space for telling Denji's story in there, along with Asa's story, the main story of part 2 thus far. It's not really that much longer. Maybe 1 chapter longer. Tell Asa and Yuko's story. Pretty much the same length. Pretty much the same length as Power's arc in part 1. And then up until maybe the last chapter, from 10 to 18, the Eternity Devil arc, which is basically the exact same pacing as part 1, right? The Eternity Devil arc. They're ending here on the 21st chapter of the whole thing. And here we are on chapter 21, moving on from the Eternity Devil arc onto the first date, and in chapter 21, another kiss. Holy moly. And what a kiss it was. And we were all excited and we all cheered. What did Stabilize did? It just gets worse. So that's all well and good, and at this point it's basically established that part 1 and part 2 have parallel pacing. At this point everyone realizes it. It's like he's going bar for bar. You can't really say if you say that part 2 is slow, then the same thing is true about part 1. And here I want to talk about the nature of opinions a little bit here. There's something that how do I put this without sounding too snobby? There are ways that having opinions can be wrong. Like, for example, if you're a fully grown adult, if you're like 24, nah, if you're 26, and there's a food that you can't eat because it grosses you out, not because you're allergic, of course, just because it grosses you out, that's kind of wrong. You're kind of wrong for being like that. It's not a problem. Like, it's fine, I guess. But there is a sense in which you're just not enjoying some food that exists. And that's not that big a deal. Like, it's not a problem. I'm not gonna, you're not being problematic or something. It's not affecting anybody, except it's affecting you. Affecting you. You don't eat this kind of food. And it's a kind of food that exists and probably tastes good sometimes, because other people are eating it. And you say, wow, it's just a difference of opinion. Well, but, you be a little more, try being a little more charitable to the food. Don't just dismiss it as gross outright, and then ignore it, right? And just disregard the food completely. Try it, and if it doesn't work, give yourself a little room and try it again. Don't just give up. Give it a few chances. Okay to have a few false starts with it. Then might hit for you. We've all had shows like this. I've been going through this with the new Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket, always a series where every time I come back to it, just the first part of it is just not that interesting. But then, damn, it hits in that middle part, dude. It hits in that middle part. And then the new Fruits Basket is so good, man. Insanely good. And my bitrate is all over the place. Just stabilize, dude. I think it's fine. No, we're still dropping hella frames, dude. Why? Stop. I mean, it's not that big a deal. These are not high action, super significant frames. As long as you're getting the audio through, that's the main thing for this broadcast. Right. So, like, back to the topic at hand. Opinions, yeah, you can have them. You are entitled to your opinion. You know what I mean? You can say that you feel like part 2 of Chainsaw Man is slow. But it's the same story pacing as part 1. It's almost like Fujimoto is worried that if he actually slows it down, he'll lose the sauce or something. He'll the series will fell off if he can't keep this pace up, keep up the pace, right? Wait, so now I've got, why am I still dropping frames, dude? So weird. This feels like a YouTube issue, honestly. Regardless, whatever. AWS collapsing beneath our feet after reaching the end of its promised infinite amount of data accessibility. Who baby? What a world we live in. Regardless, you can think all this stuff that you want. You can have this idea that you want, right? You can fucking right, you're allowed to have whatever opinion you want. But just because you have an opinion, right, doesn't mean that opinion, I don't want to say is valid. Doesn't mean that opinion is not incorrect in a way. Right? If you feel like part 2 is slower, then you know, okay, that's how you feel about it. But you're wrong in that a bunch of shit has happened. A bunch of shit has happened, and the pace at which it has happened is basically chapter for chapter the same pace that stuff was happening in part 1. So if you thought the first part of part 1, now admittedly, I will say the first 21 chapters of part 1 of Chainsaw Man are not that action packed. It's not that high pace. It's actually not that high pace until literally the next part of the series. So, you know, everyone's very excited for the next part, for the coming chapters of part 2, because we all know that it's a part of the story where Fujimoto starts picking things up, and he already has. He has already delivered to us something wild for this next chapter. Very exciting, very cool. The story is in a great spot. We love to see it. Gush about Chainsaw Man. Part 2. It's hard for me to get all my thoughts together about part 2 currently. It's also because, I mean, we've just started, man. There's so much stuff still going on. There's so many things still happening in this story. Here's what I will say about part 2. Alright, compared to part 1. I mentioned this a few times. There's a significant difference in the story structure. And the difference is, in part 1, everything was very local. And this is a symptom of the production cycle of manga, right? When you're a mangaka and you're kicking off your new serialization in Shonen Jump Plus, digital magazine, volumes to come, right? When you are doing that, you don't know how long your series is gonna go. You have no fucking clue. It could go, you know, it could end up as one shot, right? They could just be like, nah, shit, this sucks. No, you know, normally not, right? They have some number of chapters lined up, and Chainsaw Man didn't have a one shot, so there's that. But you know, you don't know if you're gonna get, like, you don't have the fucking final showdown with the villain planned, because you don't. Maybe you do, if you're like a hardcore freak, but that's really far in advance to be planning for something which very often is just going to get axed. And every author has, you know, ideas that don't make it to the serialization floor. God damn, what a story of Chainsaw Man. And so in this first segment of part 1, like, everything is very tied up. There's no loose threads after the Eternally Devil, right? I guess there's like the Gun Devil and like Makima vaguely sus, right? Maki was vaguely suspicious the gun devil exists. Not a lot of intrigue, not a lot of frustration. You know what I mean? Not a lot of cliffhangers, not a lot of threads to pull on for the audience. That's not what Fujimoto is toying with us in part 2. He's messing with you in part 2. He's stringing you along. Every week, he's adding more new stuff for you to ponder about. Just little crumbs of stuff for you to go think about and worry about. Now you want to know, and you're just waiting. You're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? He got you, bro. He is getting you. When you feel like, oh my god, where's the next part of the story? This is going so slow. He got you. That means you can't wait. You've gotten got. Right? You feel that this story, which is straight up, bar for bar, line them up, check the chapters, check the plotting, you know, structurally more or less parallel, plus or minus a chapter or two here or there, more or less structurally lined up bar for bar with part 1, which means we're a little less than halfway through, or a little less than a quarter way through. That's pretty fast, actually. Chainsaw Man pacing. It'll blow you away. Right? Part 2 here. We have so much more stuff to think about. We have so many more things that we don't know about. And we also have lots of stuff set up from part 1 that we're worried about. What's going on with Power? When is Denji gonna go to hell? Because he's gotta go to hell because he made a contract. He's gotta do it. When's he going to hell? How's he gonna get there? Where the fuck is Kishibe? Where's Kobeni? We know this is Kobeni's brother. You can't fucking lie to us. We know it's, you know, with Bro Benny. Where's Bro Benny's sister? Huh? What's she up to? Where is Kishibe? What are you doing, dude? I'm sure it will be nothing special. Knowing Fujimoto, Kishibe, he's just around. He's around, you know. He's fine. Right, so I can understand the feeling that this part is dragging on. That's another thing of like, there's a difference between reading serial and in the volumes, right? Part 2, if you read it, you know, you binge it, you read it front to back, it feels honestly higher pace than part 1 did. It's like, it's wild. Fujimoto just can't, he just can't take his foot off the gas, dude. He's just always gotta have shit going on in his chapters. Every fucking chapter that goes by, he's got some shit going on, dude. It's pretty wild. I would say. Does that help? Hopefully. Let's see about this. Maybe this will help a little bit. Go green? Nope. Nah, it's just a bit rate, man. Not much I can do about it. Well, we'll have to get this figured out. I tested earlier today and it was fine, and now it's not fine now. I don't know, dude. Very scuffed. Very sus. Very scuffed. Verizon, please help us. Yeah, I think, oh no. What I wanted to say is, I'll get my train of thought back on track. These frame drops are distracting me. Shout Pretty Cure? Man, Pretty Cure, huh? One day I will watch Pretty Cure, huh? Got fucking Yami Ray tweeting about Pretty Cure. Yami, the one. The true reviewer of reviewers. He just watches all this fucking shit. Like it's his job. It is his job. Honestly, I don't know if I want that job, dude. Some of the stuff is not good. It's pretty suffering. It is pretty suffering to watch some of this stuff. But hey, that's just my opinion. And like I said, opinions, they can be wrong. They can't be invalid, I guess. Like, you know, an opinion, it's whatever. But it's just how you feel about a thing. This is what it is. It's not a big deal. One way or another. Yeah, honestly, it seems like a server error. I have really high bitrate right now, but it's still dropping frames. Weird. Annoying. Annoying. That's not even the connection problem. Whatever. Whatever, dude. The internet is collapsing around us. The good times are over. Good times of the internet. What happened? What happened? Point being, in this world of art, you know, you watch something, you read something, you consume some media, you engage with some content. You have your opinion. You have your reaction, your opinion, your feelings about the series. But you see, that is the starting point for engaging with the text. Right? That's not the end. You don't just say, that's my opinion, and that is how it is. You know, I feel like part 2 is slow. So, I think it's slow. I'm not gonna consider how I could investigate that fact or engage with the text in such a way to demonstrate that it is in fact slow. But then if you do engage with the text, it's not in fact slow. In fact, pretty much the same. Pacing as it always has been. which is not surprising if you've been reading along week to week, because it's been insane. So much shit has happened in the series. That's why people are like, it's slow. I'm like, I am so confused. Because I haven't really felt that at all. Particularly, I have certainly felt the other stuff. Right, so you engage with the text and you say, okay, it's not actually slow plot-wise, but I feel the tension of reading it in serial and all of the different threads of story that Fujimoto is incorporating now as his storytelling has developed with part 1 and with his development as an artist in between part 1 and part 2. Artist and a storyteller, right? He did a bunch of really careful, detailed, multi-thread stories with like twists and reveals and then different sub themes going in there. He did really sort of detailed technical storytelling in between there, and it was also just, you know, his fantastic storytelling style and masterwork of the layouts and the illustrations. So good with those one shots in between there. Then, right, you can take that feeling and you can engage with it, and you can understand where that feeling is coming from. Because I had the same feeling of, wow, this is so much more frustrating in part 1. Nothing's fucking happening. But then if I actually think about what's happening, no. A lot of things are happening, but Fujimoto is making me want more, you know? He's pulling me in. He's like, please, give me more. Give me more. A lot of people felt that about the anime, too. And that is honestly how it feels reading Fujimoto's comics. That's how it feels reading Fujimoto's pages. This is like, okay. You know, I'll just pick any old page. First page of the new one. Alright. Boom. Spoilers. This is a very boring page by Fujimoto standards, right? It is not particularly interesting looking. One at all. But as you can see, the way that he lays out his pages, pulls you on to the next page. And this is like a standard thing with manga layouts and stuff. Ooh, mega spoilers. But like, this is a good example. Like the way he sets up these panels, the back and forth, the rhythm of the conversation moves you onto the next page. He's always like pulling you onto the next page, and then he'll drop a big deal reveal at the end of the chapter. You go further and further on, right? That is the normal structure of a Fujimoto chapter. Page after page, Pulling you forward, pulling you forward, pulling you forward. Smooth. Always pulling you onward, never bogging you down. Tight, clean, pushing the story forward. Even if it's long dialogue, it's dialogue. You have the characters there, back and forth. Really, really rarely are we getting flashbacks. Really, really rarely are we getting internal monologues. It's dynamic, it's cinematic, it's fast-paced, it's crazy. And Fujimoto has figured out how to transform what he does with his pages that moves you through each chapter so smoothly, and now he's doing it with the whole thing, where again, if you go back and you go through part 2 full binge, read it all in one go, you'll feel the way that the chapters connect together, that you have these big story threads, and it's a lot more intricate than in part 1. He has improved a lot over part 1, I would say. In a lot of ways, this first 21 chapters of part 1 are really the weakest part of the whole thing, the whole story. And I think pretty much every fan agrees that Fujimoto, even overall as a storyteller, comes into his own. Overall as an artist and a storyteller, sort of comes into his own and finds his rhythm there after the first part of part 1. He really brings it home, brings it in, and that's when it starts cooking. And here we are in part 1 2, and he's still doing it. Still doing it, still rocking it. No, part 2 is not slower. It's better. And that's why you want more. You want it so much worse. It's just not slower. The pace is pretty much the same. It's almost exactly the same. It's almost comically the same. It's almost a joke how lined up the stories are. It's definitely on purpose. But it is not slower at all. Multiple characters are dead, which is, no one had died at this point in Chainsaw Man. Part 1. There's like 3 or 4 different mysteries, as well as just implicit mysteries like where's Kobeni, where's Kishibe, right? All the fans are clamoring. We are crying for Kishibe. We want Hot Dad. Please give us Hot Dad, dude. Where is Hot Dad? Okay? Come on. Where's Hot Dad? We need him. And they're a sad alcoholic guy. So that's it. 100%. Boom. Settled. Done. And that wasn't even hard. It was an easy check. So you can check yourself. You can check your own opinions. You can think about the opinions that you have. Think about yourself. Do a little introspection. Have your opinion, but do not simply accept it. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself and your own perceptions so that you can learn more both about yourself and about the nature of the work that you're engaging with, or the food that you dislike or like. You know, maybe there's something you really like and you think, well, what are some problems with it? You know, how could this be improved? What would make this better? Like me with the Chainsaw Man Blu-ray box. I think it would be better if there's a little bit more extra content on the fucking DVDs themselves. Some else. I don't know. Or, I don't know, put all the endings on a CD, throw it in the fucking box. Give me a little bit something more than just pig us for the episodes on the DVD. By the way, here's the ticket to an event we're going to. Hope that you plan to come to our event. I mean, I don't know. It's just the Bochi product. It just seems so much more value as a fan. And none of this stuff is worth it. Like, none of the stuff in the Bochi box is worth it. But that's not the point. The point is, at least it feels like feels like Aniplex is like, hey, Bochi fans, here's some cool stuff. Is that cool? No. Is it worth this much money? No, but it's cool. And the Chainsaw Man one is kind of like, Blu-ray's out. By the way, the cool stuff is coming in April with the big box. It's like, okay, well, alright, I don't really want this then. Not great. 1735. What a week it's been. No Chainsaw Man chapter. No chapter this week, so probably be talking about something else. Last week I was feeling ill, not COVID, bless, still COVID free. Ow. I have to be an asymptomatic spreader. There's just no shot. I'm just asymptomatic, bro. There's no shot. I've 100% been exposed to COVID like a bunch of times. I almost know that 100% true, but I don't know that 100% true, but like, there's no way. My mouth is also kind of fucked up. Also, I keep dropping frames on my streams. Piss me off. It's annoying. We're not gonna stream Persona 5. I'm so annoyed. Now we're start, huh? Well, yeah. Usually when Chainsaw Man's on break, or I just run out of things to say, or I just have another series to talk about, I will talk about another series. I'm gonna talk about another series. We're talking about Dead Demons, Dead Destruction next week. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna start doing that. I also want to start transitioning into content that's not necessarily about anime. Start doing some other stuff. Other things that aren't necessarily anime related, or try to make the transition smooth for y'all. Trying to onboard all the weebs into this more intellectual content. I am going to come to the weebs, and I am going to preach the good word of things which are not weeb stuff. I want to try and get you to think with your mind, little losers. But that's all moving forward, way in the future. We're still gonna be doing anime for a while, maybe in a couple more years. I think that's it. That's a good ending. That's a little 90-minute stream. Scuffed, I will check the VOD, and if the VOD is too scuffed, I will splice it together with the recording on that I'm doing right now. I'll also upload it, fix it. But yeah, annoying that the frames got dropped. I don't think it was honestly that big a deal overall. Should just be like a little bit of buffering now and then. Most of the time it's just like 1 or 2 frames here or there. Not like a big you know, like a third of the frames for a little bit. Not actually that huge of a deal. But hopefully we can get it worked out for the next stream. I have to record a podcast, and if it's gonna be scuffed like this, that's gonna make things kind of annoying. Regardless, that's a story for another day. And a topic for another stream. And I will continue to advocate for you to think about yourself and to do some introspection through the works that you enjoy. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. The stream was a little scuffed, but we're just getting used to the new ISP here. And yeah. See you next time. Oh. 720p. Thanks for watching. See you next time.